Hi there, ArtyAliens, and welcome! I'm Paul Yateman. I draw stuff, and the results of such drawing is sometimes a completed sketchbook. In my previous video, I think I said I had about 7 completed sketchbooks. Today I flipped through them and discovered that all but 2 are actually complete. No, the other way around. Only 2 are actually complete. Quite a few of my sketchbooks, what they have is one page will be complete, so this page will have stuff on it and that page will be blank. So what I've decided to do is go through all my old sketchbooks and fill them in so all the pages actually have stuff on them, and then I'll do a sketch through of those. But today what we're doing is going through what I've called sketchbook number 3, because I've started indexing the sketchbook I call sketchbook number 2, which is my current sketchbook, or one of them. So I decided to call this one sketchbook 3. Most of my sketchbooks, as you can see, are 110 grams, quite a few Dermot sketchbooks. And then we have ones like this, which I'm not sure what brand this is. But these ones, you can actually pull these pages out. But that's not the sketchbook we're talking about today. Oh, it's got a nice soft cover. I think that's what they call moleskin skin. Anyway, don't know. Anyway, getting back on subject. Today's sketchbook is this one. I began on the 29th of the 8th, 2011 and finished on the 16th of the 11th, 2012. So what we have here is I've basically in 2010 and 11 I was doing an Imagine FX daily challenge which lasted for a year. And quite a few of these pictures come out of, quite a few of these pictures come out of, or I think at least are inspired by things like the Fantasy Artists Drawing Bible here, and what's the other one I was playing around with quite a bit at that time? That one. That one just dropped. Who knows? Don't know. Anyway, yeah, so back in 2010, 12 and 11, I was using these quite a bit for inspiration and reference, which anyway led to this. So let's flip through. So this is a goblin maybe with a stick, and then we did some head studies on, I think, goblins, and then I did a cat, drawn in the dark, which is why it's pretty bad drawing. I get that in the middle maybe. There we go. Then this dude in a tub, I guess, with electrodes attached to what I'm assuming was a supercomputer. Me is bad drawn, ooh. So another ogre, I think. I think the best thing about this dude's the feet. Even though they're pretty manky, they're not exactly bad. I think this is a mix of a human reference with a figurine I have of wings. Ming the Merciless or someone similar. I tend to do a lot of bald dudes with goatees, or I used to back when I was growing up. Quick and nasty copy of the early Star Wars poster. More kitty cats. I don't know if I was referencing a photo or an actual cat I have for these. Demons maybe. Various explorations. Another big one based on a mix of, I think, this and that to give this dude. More explorations into demons, some warrior or something here. This is a drawing out of the Antipodean Arc, I think the book's called, which is Megafauna of Australia. We've got another one out of the same book. And considering I thought I did okay in those, I only did 2 drawings, so maybe I should do more of that one day. More kitty cats and an arm of me showing me either looking in a magazine or probably drawing. I think when I was drawing here, I had a cat sitting next to me. What I think of as a evil genius out of like a James Bond picture, mainly because they're wearing the Chinese / Korean sort of tunic. Some ogre or devil or dog monstery thing wearing a camo jacket. A lady sitting on a couch. I think that might have been a girlfriend, maybe, from a photo. I'm pretty sure that's referencing a photo I took of a lizard. And that's the moon, I think. Consider it's nowhere near Christmas. Jack Skellington, a bat, Santa. It might have been my very first time trying to do a Tim Burton style dude. Ogre or goblin or something here. Same dude, done with more rendering. Vampire faces maybe? Head, body and torso with jacket. And a hand showing handcuff with cufflinks. Not handcuff, just cufflinks. More head studies, body studies. I think this is leading into a vampire doing a pondering pose, which was out of a book as a reference. The Antipodean arc again. I think that's different to the previous ones again. So obviously I did 3 of them. See if we can find it. Let's just waste time flicking through the book. There we go. Yep, different dude. Well, there we go. This was supposed to be a speeder bike from Star Wars. Obvious fail. If that was what I was trying to do, so I think it wound up being a spaceship of some description. Mermaids, obviously that was the best one because that's the one I did some work on. An old hag. Don't mind that one. I like the eyes on that. That one came out the best, and I like how she looks dehydrated. Maybe this chubby one's okay as well. Or not chubby, more probably obese. The hag drawn here. I think I put that into a bigger work with crazy hair at some point later. He's an ant with an owl on it, some wildlife in the area just to give it some, I guess, scale. So bunny rabbit, moose or deer or something. Owl, must be a huge owl if that's a moose, or that's a really small moose based on these 2 creatures. Fee Fi Fo Fum okay, he's a giant based on what I've written there. Lizard creature explorations, looking at armor plating and various noses and heads and also poses. More into the lizard sort of exploration, so looking more at teeth and claws and maybe what a wide open mouth or maybe skeleton would look like. Crazy animals, a cat, a whole bunch of insects, bird thing. Final from Fantasy Artist Figure Drawing Bible. Whatever the last thing in that was, maybe it was an imp. Anyway, which is these explorations. Serenurus or something? So that must be out of the Fantasy Artist reference beastie thingies. A hand, which was pretty much that drawn. Probably has my hand changed in 10 years. much difference, I don't think. Yay. As Riker, I plan to live forever. Interesting takeaway in Dragon I did. So it's got 4 sets of wings and a big thagomizer on its tail, missing the spikes, of course. More dragon studies, actually like this and how that's maybe Baleen whale sort of expansion-y bit. A kangaroo dragon thingy. Spaceship, aligned with my style of spaceships that I do. Just tend to have like cutouts in the middle and stuff like that. Various elements. These things, when I do spaceships, are supposed to be the electronic devices that enable ships to punch through into hyperspace and prevent psychic wakes. All based on stories I wrote, which never got anywhere. Some weird animal. I don't know where this came from. It might have come from an old drawing I did back in high school. Some sluggy monster, but I've just added like a different tail and some bird or animal feet to it and gave it nice big chompers. I must have been watching 101 Dalmatians at some point, or flicking through various drawings to get this one. I've got an armor book. It's not anatomy, it's John Howell, Fantasy Art Workshop. I'm pretty sure that's from the cover. Hey, and there it is, yes. I don't think I've used this much. I should actually go through that book at some point. So when I do my Armor Challenge month, that John Howell book will get a bit of a look in, as well as I've got a few books from museums which show a lot of armor. Just ahead I was trying to do from like looking up from maybe navel height up to a head, which is why it's foreshortened with really big teeth. A robot. So totally my made-up design there. A couple of made-up animals from me as well. I actually like the expression on this dude. It sort of looks worried. I drew this when I was doing my graphic design course, and then I made a sort of photorealistic thing out of this and created a tutorial for it. Some strange alien or space suit where the dude's got swords as hands, which is actually interesting. I could explore that further. Maybe just give him one eye or something, or that could even be teeth here and really small skull. Who knows? Here I was looking at maybe something was being subsumed into the ground or growing out of the ground, so it's a dog. Another variation on dragon. Considering I like to say I draw dragons, I haven't really drawn any of those for ages. I think this is the very first time I played around with this character called Octo Dude, which was when 26th of the 12th? No, 26th of the 10th, 2011, I think that is. Yeah, Octo Dude. Some birds. These are supposed to be parrots at a bird bowl, which is supposed to be a life drawing. Birds don't look anything like the real thing. But considering there's probably a minute worth of work in that, would explain why it's crappy. I think from here I decided to do that. So I've got like a mechanical bird. Some spaceship sort of thumbs. I think this is when Eve was doing a competition. So what do we do? One of thumbnails from a couple of spaceships I've done historically. Really loose design. And that's getting into more maybe Eve-ish. But that never went anywhere. Explorations into doing scales, how it maybe might look on a clawed dragon or bird foot. An H.R. Geiger inspired horse of some description. Yep, some horse with trolley wheels holding a gun with either lots of nipples or maybe that's the sternum and an exhaust pipe. And these things are supposed to be what you see on the bonnets of cars. They get quite odd, but that's probably the whole point of surrealism. Some dude reminds me of an Irish gangster, probably because of the sides and the slick back hair. Supposed to be some sort of superhero, maybe, with really wacky eyes, which were leaning towards biomechanical-ish or psychedelic, because they're totally different patterns. And here's an inspiration from Tim Burton, sort of a skull dude. And I might actually explore that further as part of this month's hashtag Tim Burton challenge. Which, while we're at it, be back in 2 secs. Okay, mark that to come back to when I do my challenge. Labia monster, demon, or maybe the devil with like a pitchfork pendant. A gnome or a warrior of some description, supposed to be a Greek god or a statue from Greece or Sparta or something. Weird biomechanical titty monster. This I think is supposed to be some sort of starfish, but in a humanoid, a loose humanoid format. An owl, a bird of antlers, a knight missing a head. I don't know if that's attached to this cat bot or not. I don't think it is. Another dude working on trying to draw faces. Proportions are all a bit manky, but anyway. An early predator. Why draw me quick and nasty human? Another dude, very stylized. Yes, with the fedora and the scar. He's either a criminal or a detective or something. Bigger version of this small owl from a few pages ago. Yep, so small owl, bigger version. I know, some sort of galactic warrior maybe. Maybe it's a Harkonnen out of Dune, perhaps, with the big beefy coat. Pretty much a copy of something here, based on Dreams of Unseen Planet by Chris Voss. So I'm pretty sure that's a book, and that has this thing on the cover. I've played around with some of the lines a little bit, so it's not a direct copy. Me trying to do a Chris Voss, for some reason, my early ones are this, like, the spaceship would be bent sideways if that was built. More trying to play around with Chris Fossey style spaceships back in 2011. A dragon, so that was day 308 of my Imagine FX challenge. So I've made the words out of the smoke. Goth chick of some description. I think I used some references, but the actual girl's more or less out of my head. Another Chris Foss style ship. I think this one bends to the right instead of to the left, even though I've put a perspective box in. I have a mask for maybe spray painting at home and some goggles, so I drew this. Later I turned that into a sort of a vector. A crazy insect, probably 30 seconds worth of effort put in that one. Another kitty cat, really small drawing of a kitty cat head, and I think that one actually comes out okay because despite being really economical with lines, that looks a hell of a lot more like a kitty cat head than that does. Some dude with tusks and a bandolier and a mechanical arm, drawn back in 2011. So yeah, all this is 2011, 2012. Yep. Here I thought I would do something different, so I did I think it's a Turkish or Arabic style building with a robot mech out the front. Very big mech because we got a human reference here on a ladder. So we can tell the size, and 2 more people there. Another goblin, fairly rendered, which I think actually comes out okay, which is good. Not sure why he's got numbers written all over him. But that's right, IFX 316. That's why there's numbers. And then this number here isn't a serial number, it's the date. There we go. Getting too smart for myself when I draw stuff. Here I was having a go at drawing Fishies and Skeletons, which is why we get this thing here. Here's a Dalek, so I have a money box which looks like that. Based on reference from Imagine FX, the whole bunch of photos you get for reference in that magazine on the cover discs. That's one of them. Some surfer called Sally something or other was doing a competition, so I entered that with Octo Dude and a few other things. So that's like some templating designs. Another version of the Octo Dude, how it could possibly fit onto a surfboard design. More sort of a stylized one. That actually might work okay as a Tim Burton-y thing as well. And my pen stopped working. How's that? Come back to later. Another dude in armor. Pretty sure absolutely no reference used for that one. A dude in a UFO with lots of mechanical arms and stuff. So I think he's Christmassy because he's got the hat. I think this was done in December, yeah, 18th to the 12th. So this is a mix mash of my sort of spaceship design with the head. And I did a series of these, most of which have gone into the dim dark history of the Shredder or something. But occasionally they pop up with this sort of design these days. So maybe I can do a series like that one day. That's supposed to be a DeLorean. No more to say. More biomechanical inspired stuff. So an eye, a patched eye, claws for a nose, floral mouthy thing, goatee egg thing with titties on it, just because why not? More into the Eve exploration. Lizardy dragon and a breast. No pixelation for me because get stuffed. This is something I drew again more recently as part of last year's Christmas challenge. This is a really bad self-portrait because that looks nothing like me. And I don't look like I'm 60 either. My first attempt at drawing anything really properly using pencils. And considering that's the case, it comes out okay. Another go at using pencils to draw something. This time it was Cthulhu. A really badly drawn, possibly skinny horse. Like, yeah, but maybe the ears are okay in this, and that's about it. Another spaceship, I decided to go for sort of a blocky look, which isn't what I would normally do, so I think that's Chris Fossey-ish. having a go with aliens. So this dude's upside down, which I think this was inspired by one of the goblins earlier on, where his teeth were like above his nose. But yeah. I think that's based on a reference out of a book I have of a museum. The strange thing I decided to draw was like this weird lizardy spider dude living in a shell with mechanical legs, projecting someone onto a wall that's going talkie talkie talkie. So yeah, I do come up with strange drawings occasionally, which are not too bad. That's based on a figurine I have, which is, let's go grab it. So that is based on that. I'm pretty sure most, yeah, besides some pencil, most of this is just pencil and pen, no markers. Legs of a lady wearing heels. I don't know if that's based on someone I know, and I did that, or based on a reference photo. Cat creaturey thing. Beefy devil missing some muscle because maybe his pet birdie thing ate him. Could probably explore that a bit further as well, or adapt this style into a whole bunch of other characters. I could do that here as well. One good thing about having sketchbooks and eventually having these indexed is being able to go back and use what you've done in the past for other things. I think that's supposed to be an alien, another predator, really big thighs versus chest. Predator from the side, pretty crappy. Biomechanical kitty cat. And then the last one, nope, not quite the last one. Don't know if that's supposed to be a candle or a lamp or what, because I think that's something inside a glass container, but I think that's a candle on top. A scene of a spaceship on a landing pad. And finally, I did a whole bunch of predator studies. So, heads, eyes, masks, top view, arms, weapon, blasting something. Yep, so that's that. That is sketchbook number, what will be number 3, but 2 and number 2. So yeah, if you found this interesting or entertaining, or you got ideas to draw in your own sketchbook or journal, subscribe, like, and share. And until next time, you've been watching Drawing Stuff with me, Paul Yateman. Now, take care and happy drawing.